It's a new week in Call of Duty, and you know what that means. A new aftermarket part has released this week, the KR INTLAS LSJ-3, a brand new magnified optic aftermarket part. And let me tell you, it is surprisingly powerful. You're going to want to equip it on a lot of your longer range builds, and I don't think people are going to give it credit for just how strong it is going to be. So if you want to learn all about it, stay tuned. We're going to show you how to unlock it and then go over its key stats and why I think people are going to end up overlooking it. But before we dive into that, apologies for last week. The tier rifle kit was last week's aftermarket part, but the good old folks at Sledgehammer messed up on the QA. It's unable to be equipped. I tried. Because we didn't have an aftermarket kit, we didn't have a video to review it, but we will review it when it becomes available. So if you want to see that review, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that way you don't miss out when we review that aftermarket part. Cool, that's last week's. Let's talk about this week's, the KR INTLAS LSJ-3, another brand new optic. And just like the last time you had a brand new optic, this one is going to be pretty easy to unlock. Basically what you're going to need to do, ADS and hipfire with a Modern Warfare 3 assault rifle, ADS kills with both a shoddy or a marksman rifle, and then get some long shots for you multiplayer people out there. If you're one of the free-to-play peeps over in Warzone, looking at the unlock criteria for that, it looked fairly simple. It was a bunch of opening crates all over the map, basically open 20 chests at various locations. I believe there's get 40 kills on there. So overall, a pretty easy way to get this sight. And well, let's just talk about what this sight is. It is a 4X optic that has a laser sight attached to it. This has become kind of a theme for the aftermarket parts. There's been two others, but I think this one is particularly powerful. Now, first we have to understand what happens when you equip a standard 4X optic onto any gun. Basically what happens is your ADS speed is increased by 7.5%, and your ADS movement speed is decreased by 6.5%. And for those trade-offs, you get a better sight picture with 4X, which means it's a bit easier for you to be able to see the enemies down the way and hit shots on them. Cool, that's your standard magnified optic. What happens when you equip the KR INTLAS is a little crazy. So, as we mentioned earlier, it does have a permanent laser on. You're going to get the boost of this laser, though I think it's slightly overtuned in its current form. So the hipfire spread is going to be reduced by 9.1%. Your hipfire max spread is going to be reduced by 10%. Your tac stance spread is going to be decreased by nearly 20%. Your ADS speed is going to be decreased by 3.9%. And you may be saying, Tommy, why does that matter? Well, if you recall, a regular magnified optic increased our ADS speed by 7.5%. So this one attachment is providing a boost of over 11.4% in your ADS time. There is no other attachment that really delivers that sort of increase in ADS, especially a laser. And when it's on the optic slot like it is here, you do give up being able to equip a laser, but there is no laser that delivers an 11.4% improvement in ADS time. The best laser with the most obnoxious beam only gives you a 7% increase in ADS time. So this is on a level not really seen anywhere else in the game. One other thing to mention, that ADS movement speed, you do maintain the ADS movement speed penalty from the regular 4X, so it goes down by 6.5%. But really, that feels right when you're, hard scoping down a lane. That feels like the correct penalty to have for a magnified optic. As far as the qualitative feelings of this new sight, I really like it. I think it provides a pretty clean sight picture, one that really isn't going to be too obtrusive. It there's not much of an area for people to hide behind. Yes, there's a little bit, but I think it's better than a lot of the optics out there. And I think more importantly, the sight picture is very, very clean. And that's one of the things I always struggle with, is finding a sight picture within the magnified optics that I really like. Speaking of which, for some reason in the menus, the reticle preview is actually bugged on this optic, which is kind of looking back at Sledgehammer and be like, okay, so last week we didn't get an aftermarket part, and this week we can't even preview it. And like when we got the preview on the iron sight attachment, it was a red dot. Like, I think quality control got a little rushed on these aftermarket parts, and I understand. They've been pumping them out, and they've been like, overall, I would say fairly high quality, right? They've done a fairly good job overall. As far as the build for what we have in the gameplay going in the background, I'll go ahead and put up the build. It's nothing really special. I'm still messing around just because I'm grinding through with the double XP. So I won't read out everything like I normally would, but I will say that this sight does make marksman rifles feel incredibly, incredibly snappy. I think this thing is going to become the default attachment for those BAS P users out there, which is right now just one of the most powerful guns that you can just pick up and is just easy to use. So look out, equip it on there. Anything where you would usually like that ability for longer sight lines. I know I've always been a big fan of basically longer, more accurate guns. I've always, since like COD 4, just stuck an ACOG on a bunch of things, even if they didn't need it. Let me know down below if, like me, you ever stuck an ACOG on either the P90 or the MP5 because, you know, YOLO in COD 4. Or, well, I'm sure everyone did the M40 because it was glitched. But hey, I'm not here to judge. Anyways, guys, that's the INTLAS LSJ-3. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm like I said, this one I feel like is going to be an incredibly powerful attachment moving forward, and one that could get overlooked just because people can see my laser. But I want to just like, hey guys, guess what? If you start to get shot just a little bit more and you don't play as sweaty, you don't get put in as sweaty lobbies, and then you get to have more fun. Just putting that out there. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.